If you looking at life in a way where as though you like to just have fun, I'm gonna tell you something. You're gonna burn yourself out, and you also gonna use up most of your valuable time when you have the most strength and the most energy to put into something else that's actually gonna grow your life. And yo, what's going on? I want to talk about my regrets in my younger years. I'm actually in my 40s, my early 40s now, and I was just thinking about to myself, like my regrets. And a lot of times, people, I hear people say, "Don't talk about your regrets. Just worry about where you at now in life." But I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a lot of regrets, and I also have a lot of good things that I accomplished in life to put me where I'm at now, which is a good thing. So I think sometimes we will have regrets, but with those regrets, you might linger on them, but you do have to still move forward and understand that those obstacles that you had to go through made you into a better person. Hopefully, it did. Me, it did. I want to talk about my early 20s, like my early 20s, my teens going into my 20s, and this is specifically a message for the younger. In my teens, going into my 20s, one of the things that I did in my life that made me kind of go backwards. It was fun life, fulfilling. But one of the things that actually made me look at my life and say, damn, I wish I did these things different, was living a life of, I want to call it a fast life, but I'm going to just say the life I lived was a life of thinking, partying, and going out all the time and trying to see how many girls I can get. And I didn't gain anything. It's fun, but you end up wasting a lot of your valuable time messing with this girl, messing with that girl, not remembering a lot of people. Some of them you might still be cool with, but at the end of the day, nothing really transpired because you're doing too much. And when you do too much of something, it becomes normal. Even the cars, man, fun, but it's a price. Any expensive car you buy, you're going to get tired of. And then when you get tired of it, you getting rid of it, grabbing another. And then after that, it just keeps going. But what ended up happening in my 20s is I went through all these cars and different relationships. It was hard being faithful. I don't know what it was. I guess young and dumb, but at the same time, it helped me understand women a lot more, helped me understand myself more. Not only that, it makes you have a desire that seems like it can never be met, you know. And during those phases of life of thinking that my desires can't be met, you just consistently just keep doing the same thing over and over and over. And to the point where as though your 20s end up going past so fast to the point where as though you can't quite remember what happened when you was 22 to maybe like 28. And my middle years between 24 to maybe 27, I can't quite remember. I remember some of the days, like I remember some of the things I did, but I can't remember everything. And it was because I kept doing the same thing. And I understand now when they say you having too much fun, it becomes addictive. Um, it was. I I did not stay home. I did not concentrate on much. I concentrated more about money and then taking my money and going out spending it. Not about investing, not about what tomorrow will bring, like my consequences of spending all my money. I'm just like, hey, I get paid Friday. I'd be cool. And it's crazy because I had no kids at the time. Nobody. I just had relationships. And those relationships really didn't matter that much to me. And I think reason why was because I always had maybe two or three different girls at the same time. And it's kind of crazy because I sit back and think about it now and I'm like, damn, like I kind of see like why it's hard for me to be married now. And I'm married, but separated. And it's just kind of crazy because I kind of look at my life now and I'm like, yo, that's probably why I have commitment issues. And I would say it's an issue, but I'm not depressed about it. I like being alone. And I think that's another thing. One of the things I don't regret in my early, I was able to get my own stuff. I had my first apartment, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think I might have been maybe about 23. I had my own apartment. I had a car. I had two cars. I had two cars. And even though I was living above my means, but I had my own. And I had a couple dollars in the bank to the point where as though I was feeling like I was really successful. And in the midst of being at that point in my life, feeling like I was successful, it also garnered me to be able to have a lot of company and a lot of different relationships, whereas though I just could not stay focused on one person. And it ended up backfiring on you. I think for any man it's going to backfire. I think it does come a time in your life where you do have to calm down. And I'm going to tell you why. It came times in my life where as though it got dangerous. If you messing with different people, you already know you messing with somebody that got somebody. And I don't know if you know anybody in your life, but I'm from the city. And I could tell you, it's many times I done seen people lose their livelihood off of doing something to somebody or being taken out of here. And it's a sad thing. It's no rules to this, but it is rules. It's rules that you're not going to read in a book. These are rules that you understand nature. You understand when you dealing with people, people dealing with other people, which means consequences will be made and things will happen when you tend to go outside and you outside. Anyone knows what I'm talking about. And I tell you, those late nights of just being out, it seems like it never stops. It's always endless fun. But one thing I can tell you, reason why I see so many guys that was around my age, that were basically, they're my age of what I was at that time in their 20s. You feel like you're going to be untouched. Got you. I got you. Give me a kiss. All right. Oh, sit down. I got you. I'll make you a piece. So it feels like you'll be untouched. But what's going to happen is you will be. You might be the one that have to do something to somebody. And I had close calls. But I'm also, I will say, I might be a little thrown off. A lot, you know what I mean? I was hot tempered. You know what I mean? It didn't take much for me to get off edge or to actually put my hands on somebody. But along with saying that, come with some things that tend to happen in your life that make you kind of reevaluate the way you do things. And I lost somebody I wasn't real close with, somebody I was cool with. And that happened through a bar situation that happened with somebody else, which lets you know that you are not the biggest and baddest person. Sometimes when you lose your cool, losing your cool can cause somebody else to end up getting hurt or getting taken out of here. And this person got taken out of here along with a couple other people that end up being hurt, which due to, gun violence. Luckily, I walked away. But I'm going to say this. I didn't start it, but I probably could have dealt with the situation differently. But I'm going to be honest with you. If I can do it all over again, I probably would have did the same thing. That's why I always say, depending where you hang out at and depending how you operate, I don't advise you to be hanging out in bars. Nothing good comes out of hanging in bars, because what happens is you picking up different Jones and the woman that you meeting or the people that you end up hanging around, meeting the dudes you cool with, even though they are your friends, you don't have to be up in the bars. And one of the things that caused me a traumatic event was that situation right there. And also another situation that had nothing to do with me, which was another time. So this was 2 times. And after that, I don't tend to do the bars no more. And it just make you realize that life is really that short, depending on the type of life that you are indulging in. And that's either there said or done. That's dealing with women, dealing with living a faster life, thinking you could just run the streets. Sorry about that. My son hitting on the TV. So just indulging in a life of living a faster life, wanting to run the streets all the time, it's going to be a gift and a curse. And it's most likely going to be the curse to most men out here. So I'm here to tell you, if you looking at life in a way where as though you like to just have fun, I'm going to tell you something. You're going to burn yourself out, and you also going to use up most of your valuable time when you have the most strength and the most energy to put into something else that's actually going to grow your life and better your life. I'm not saying life is over in your 30s, because I didn't start accomplishing more of my results of what I was able to do in life into my early 30s. I'm going to be honest, it's probably around maybe like 29. But my 20s was spent. I don't want to call it wasted, because even those memories give me good times and good smiles on my face of just Miami, Vegas. You don't lose those experiences, but it do sometimes make me sit back and say, I don't know if I regret it or if it was a fun moment. And most of the times it end up becoming a fun moment. And those fun moments, I think back, do put a smile on my face. But at the same time, it also makes me sad, and it brings tears to my eyes sometimes, because everything wasn't always good. I had some people that passed. I also had my sister. My sister was shot. Thank God she's still here. Still living with the bullet inside of her. I went through some stuff, and it made me, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't really think this is a video just about regrets. I think this is just a video just letting you know that some of the parts of your life you might just want to overlook. You don't want to overlook. I was about to say you want to overlook, but you don't want to overlook it. You want to look at your actions and look at what you're actually doing to accomplish what you're trying to get out of life, which are better results. And I do feel like if I had chose to operate differently, I would have got ahead a lot further. But I'm not in a bad place now, so I can just say that I got lucky. Can't say everything that happened in life, but I'm going to just say that I think luck plays a part. Luck definitely plays a part, which is, whoever you believe in, I believe in God. So I believe God had, someone had their hand on me. And I also can tell you this. I had some experiences that actually made me start moving different. So I'm going to just say to you, think twice before you do something today. And if you're thinking about it and it weighs on you to the point where as though you're starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable, I think you shouldn't do it. Don't. Go ahead and find something else to do that day. If you feel like you need to go do something, but you can't quite think of what you want to do, stay in the house. One of the biggest things in life is sitting down. And if you can't sit down, That means something is going to happen, because the times in life when I felt like I did not have nothing to do and I was bored. That's one thing about being in your 20s. You always bored. I don't know what it is. It's something about being bored, but you're really not bored. What it is you got a lot of testosterone. You high on life, energy, and you get tired of the chick that you probably already have right now. So you like, I just need to replace her. It's just what goes on in your head constantly, to the point whereas though you just look around, you like, yo, I gotta go do something. And what's crazy is that's how I got into an accident. Going through Center City, I left out of the crib like around 10:30 at night. And at that time, I lived in Manayunk. Anybody knows that's from the Philly area, where Manayunk is at. I moved to Manayunk. And Center City is right on the side. And when I went through to Center City, I made it right off of, I think I was on Market. I just made it onto Market. And I just got there. I was probably on Market for maybe like 2 minutes. Just going down the street, going to the club. And mind you, I was bored. And all I had to do was stay in the house because I had nothing to do. I had no plans. And when I went to make a right turn, and what happened? Lady ran right into me. Tore my car up. That's why they always say, when you know you don't have plans to do something, don't just try to create something out of thin air, because you already had no plans. So at the end of the day, this is learning from me. When you don't have anything on your agenda, sit down. Play your PlayStation. I ain't never seen somebody lose their life sitting up there playing PlayStation. It just seems like when you try to create something out of nothing and it has nothing to do about anything, you just bored. Boredom hurts a lot of people. Boredom make people do things that they should not be doing. Boredom will cause you to mess around and catch a disease just because something was easy that night. Don't do it. I've been there. I ain't saying caught, but I'm just saying, anything that you know that you shouldn't be doing in this last minute, sometimes it never plays out the right way. You all right? So, hey, good luck and stay blessed. And all I can say to you is stay grounded and keep your head up. All right?